Peter Parker arrives in New York City, eager to seize an opportunity. As he navigates the crowded streets, lost in thought, he unconsciously starts singing an Eminem song. The subway train arrives and a rush of people pushes their way in. Peter attempts to board but is stopped by two she-bullies who block the entrance. They mockingly tell him to wait for the next train. A brief conversation reveals they used to beat up science geeks in high school. When Peter mentions he's heading to the Daily Bugle to meet an old friend, they scoff at print media, claiming digital is the future, and shove him away. Frustrated, Peter mutters about saving money on web fluid and labels them technologically erudite she-bullies. Opting to web-swing his way to the Daily Bugle, he takes off above the city. Meanwhile, in Midtown, the Thing, Ben Grimm, is playing Thor for a group of kids, clearly regretting his babysitting duties. He smirks in exasperation as the children wreak havoc around him. A kid named Franklin, wearing a Spiderman mask, climbs onto Ben's shoulder, vying for attention. Another kiddo, who tries peeking at Ben's ass, is shocked by the sight of a massive rocky finger pointing at him. Ben got annoyed and tells the kid that what's inside his pants is not for public consumption. The child, however, innocently explains he just wanted to see the price tag so he could buy pants like Ben's. Ben, now desperate for an escape, silently wishes a supervillain would show up. Outside the city, two treasure hunters searches for alien tech in Central Park. After hours of scavenging, all they find is a small coin. Disappointed with their hunt, now they just enjoy discussing past Avengers battles when suddenly, their metal detector goes haywire. They hurriedly dig, and to their surprise, they uncover an alien artifact with strange writing and a mysterious button. Spags warns Frank not to press it, fearing it could be dangerous. But Frank, being impatient, presses it anyway. Nothing seems to happen. Well, that's what they thought. In the city, Spider-Man perches atop a bus, sensing hostility from the unusually aggressive crowd. Across the street, Frank and Spags realize they are the only ones unaffected by the chaos. People are fighting for no reason. As they deduce the artifact is responsible, Frank hatches a plan to exploit it. He calls a notorious criminal, Top Dog, hoping to sell the device for a whopping $2 million. Spider-Man struggles to subdue the enraged citizens, webbing them up to prevent further harm. He notices a cab unaffected by the madness, and with his curiosity, he leaps onto it. Inside, he finds Frank and Spags clutching the alien box. Before he can react, a massive fist smashes into him with blinding speed. The Thing, affected by the device, furiously attacks Spider-Man over an unpaid $30 poker debt. Ben tries to hit Spider-Man with his massive hands, and Spider-Man managed to evade his attacks and lands a powerful counter, hitting Ben's chin. Despite enjoying the bizarre aggression, Spider-Man knows that he must prioritize stopping the chaos. He also tries to reason and instructs Ben to handle other possibly affected Fantastic Four members. Before Peter can chase Frank and Spags, Franklin and Valeria Richards appear, furious at him for hitting their Uncle Ben. The kids threaten to rip his head off and calls him Spider-Man Pooh. Ben lunges at Peter again, but Spider-Man was able to evade the attack and proceeds to chase down the cab. As the brothers flee, Spags pleads with Frank to stop, horrified at the suffering caused by the device. Frank, unwilling to abandon his dream of wealth, throws Spags out of the moving car. Spider-Man, swinging above, laments how the device is making him irrationally violent. His frustration peaks when he spots the Fantastic Four's flying vehicle in pursuit. For the first time, Peter feels sympathy for Dr. Doom. Frank arrives at Top Dog's hideout, eager to make his deal. However, the device's influence spreads, causing a violent shootout among Top Dog's gang. Spider-Man arrives, but is immediately attacked by Ben, again. Frank, desperate to undo the chaos, presses the button repeatedly, but nothing changes. Ben subdues Spider-Man, while Spider-Man reminds him that his suit has no pockets to carry $30. Before Ben attacks, he is attacked by vicious, enraged dogs. Just then, Top Dog seizes the device, blaming Frank for the disaster and preparing to kill him. Before he can, Spider-Man webs the device away, but is promptly punched by Ben. Again, the alien device crashes to the ground, making a loud crack sound. After it goes whoop whoop, the chaos subsides. The violent gangsters turn into kind-hearted individuals, hugging each other affectionately. The vicious dogs become affectionate pets. And, most unexpectedly, Ben Grimm falls deeply in love with Spider-Man. Without hesitation, they share a dramatic, over-the-top French kiss. It's slobbering time. Frank, watching the scene unfold, decides that embracing love isn't such a bad thing. Spags, having finally caught up, professes his love for his brother and places his trust in him not to become an idiot. Ben and Spider-Man continue their absurdly passionate embrace. Spags suggests destroying the device to fully undo its effects, and Ben smashes it to pieces, restoring everything to normal. Top Dog, returning to his usual self, is furious at being momentarily turned into a nice person. Peter, horrified by what just transpired, tells Ben never to speak of it again before heading outside to help the kids. With the chaos resolved, Spider-Man captures Frank and Spags, who surprisingly seem unbothered by their fate. Spags can't believe Frank left $2 million behind. As the city returns to normal, Spider-Man reflects on everything that happened. But deep down, he knows one thing remains: his unresolved feelings for Ben Grimm.